Excuse me.
Nah.
Is your name Chandler?
Yes it is.
Chandler Bing.
Do you know me, or are you just really good at this game?
I'm Susie Moss. 4th grade, glasses. I used to carry around a box of animal crackers like a purse.
Susie Moss? Right, yeah, wow. You look... Great job growing up.
It's nice to see you're not still wearing that denim cap with all the little mirrors on it.
Oh, right, yeah, well, I graduated 4th grade and realized I wasn't a pimp.
Remember the class play? You pulled up my skirt and the entire auditorium saw my underpants.
Yes, back then I used humor as a defense mechanism. Thank God I don't do that anymore.
Welcome to the Rhythm Section Podcast, here to spotlight the greater Memphis and North Mississippi music community by sharing the stories of our amazing artists. Produced by SRP Studios, elevating brand visibility and credibility for businesses using podcast marketing. Go to srpstudiosllc.com for a free consultation.
New episodes drop on Apple and Spotify every Wednesday morning. You can also catch us on YouTube and Facebook at 6 p.m. Central every Wednesday. Check out therhythmsectionpod.com for all other information.
Today's episode is sponsored in part by Hadley's Pub. Join Hadley's as the Christmas for the Kids benefit drive kicks off its 2023 campaign this month with the annual 12 Days of Giving events with the debut of Kevin and Bethany Page rocking out Hadley's Saturday night, November 18th.
This will be Hadley's 8th year to be involved and ready to hit the ground running with great events all the way up until December 23rd.
Hadley's invites you and all of your friends to join them for great music, fun times, and killer events to help raise money for as many kids and deserving families as possible this year.
Check out their Facebook and Instagram pages for more info on these great events, and thank you, Rick Hale, for always putting that together.
Yes, sir. And now we got Boba Cream. Boba Cream is a veteran-owned, family-friendly business serving delicious boba tea and desserts with a commitment to quality and customer satisfaction.
They are located at 131 West Commerce Street in Hernando, Mississippi. Business hours are Tuesday through Friday, 3 to 8 p.m., Saturday, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sunday, noon to 5 p.m.
Yes, updated hours, and they are now open on Sunday, noon to 5. Even more time to go buy you a shirt. Boba Cream is now serving lunch plates on Sunday, including pork adobo and pork spare ribs. They are also the one retail location for the TRS merchandise. Shirts, hats, mugs, tumblers, and free stickers. Go to msbobacream.com for more information. And if you are a business and or a band interested in advertising on this podcast, go to the rhythmsectionpod.com. At the top, you'll see a tab, Advertise on TRS. That will send you to a form. You fill that form out, and I will reach back to you and discuss your options and
Do it now.
opportunities.
Do it now.
What's up, Jeff?
Man, how are you?
I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
I'm
This
doing
is
great.
Monday the 13th.
Mhm.
We had to record Monday because we had a busy Sunday, which we're going to get into. But before I get ahead of myself, today we will be talking, or the interview you're going to hear is Andy and Traci McCullough from Roxi Love. This is the second of 2 interviews for this season that was recorded last season. So they were Andy and Traci and Karen Dillard Brown.
Yep.
Were the 2 that came in, recorded, and then, oh, here we go again. I know people are probably sick of hearing about the meltdown, but again, you know, if there's mention of cameras, that's why. It's been a while since this was recorded. Next week, we have our good friend Kenny Francis, who's one of those great, old school Memphis ambassadors.
Yep.
Pipeline, Troy Isom coming up, Lance Binder, and then finally we have the 2 names, the 2 remaining interview slots that we have not been able to promote, but now have been officially recorded. We got Michael McClinney, drummer for Thump Daddy, and then we got Chris DeBaldo coming up. He's going to be wrapping up this season. That will be dropping December 20th. As we record this, he was in here yesterday.
Right.
It was so much fun, and it's going to be a long one and exciting. And we didn't even cover, half of what he could talk about.
Right. I want to give one shout out real quick to Zach Smith from Stopgap Solution. We had him booked to come in here as well from last season, and we weren't able to do that because we rearranged things and things got canceled and all that. This one is totally on me, my screw up. So Zach, if you're listening, I definitely want you in here, and at season 3, we will be in touch to get you in here, buddy. I'm sorry that I screwed that up.
All right. Thanks, man.
It happens.
I was clueless on it too.
Yep.
And I'm glad you brought it up. I want to talk to you after we stop recording because I was confused on that as well.
Gotcha.
So yes, looking forward to that. I know this is late, but Veterans Day. We just want to say thank you to all our veterans.
Always.
God bless y'all. And our very own Ryan Duran,
yes,
owner of Boba Cream, is a veteran. And thank you for what y'all do in serving us. And I know we're a few days late, but you know, I wanted to make sure that we thanked everyone there. You are very good friends with a gentleman that's, got quite the history.
Yep, Jim Purdy. He's actually been in on one of your other podcasts.
Yep, he's been in here.
Yeah.
So good guy. These guys have crazy stories. And
LaShawn.
LaShawn.
You know, gotta mention her.
Yes, LaShawn Robinson Henderson, lead singer from Elevation Memphis, still currently serving in the National Guard Reserves, I believe.
Yep.
So God love you too, LaShawn. Yes. Also, I'm going to flip the order a little bit, Jeff, because the big story is the benefit yesterday. But also wanted to say that this podcast is a year old.
Yep.
We've gone a trip around the earth or around the sun.
Yeah.
One of the two.
At one time, people thought it was the other way, that the sun went around the earth.
Yeah.
There you go. That is not how things work.
The world is flat too, right?
Yeah.
Has that been confirmed?
That has not been confirmed.
It's still not confirmed?
No. A lot of
So
people,
there's a chance it's flat?
there's a chance that it's round.
Good point. I like that. So yeah, I've been seeing these Facebook memories popping up.
Yeah.
And I've been sharing it with you, and we post a couple. And so I finally remembered to mention it. And I went on the YouTube channel to see our first episode, and that was on November 7th of 2022. So
cool.
Congratulations, brother.
It's been a while.
So I think, I can't remember the number of this episode, but when we wrap up season 2 with Chris DeBaldo, his episode is going to be 51.
Yeah.
You know, so
very cool.
Pretty gnarly, man. Well, and thank you to the audience. All of you listening and watching, that's why we're still doing this.
Yeah. And the sponsors, the business sponsors and the band sponsors. Without you guys, 50 would have never gotten here.
Yeah. So cheers to season number 3 coming up and year number 2. So, all right, man. Big day yesterday.
A lot of fun,
Jeff. So again, we're recording on the 13th. Yesterday was the big benefit at Neil's for Angela Goreshi.
Yes.
Oh, I got that right.
You got it right. Good job.
Yes, and we met her yesterday, and she congratulated us on getting her name right.
Yes. It's pretty rare that we get them right.
So it was a day full of music, and one of the bands included my brother right here, Jeff Ward, and his band Gen X. And we want to talk about your son, but so Jeff, give us a rundown of the bands that played yesterday.
Well, Gen X started things off. Originally, the Fast Mothers were supposed to start it off. They had to bow out because of some medical reasons. I got to talk to Chris a little bit yesterday.
It's not cricket.
No, it's not. It's not cricket. And I'm not going to say who it is or what it is because I wasn't told that it was okay.
Everyone's going to be okay.
But
Nothing huge.
It looks like everybody's fine. It's just medical stuff. But they had to bow out. So we took the stage first. And then Jackie Flora and friends, Brad Webb, and those guys got up and did some great stuff. And then we also had Five for the Kill, the Brian Johnson Band, and Carlos Echoes, not necessarily in that order. I'm just trying to make sure that I mention them all. It was a great day and tons of fun.
Good turnout.
If you're listening from now on, cut Jeff Cobble's microphone off. He does not need a live microphone when he's playing guitar.
It's like Boomhauer hopping up on the microphone.
Yeah,
We love you, Cobbs.
we do. And big deal for me. Proud papa moment. My son Daniel got up and played with my band. He played one tune. That was his very first outing playing live in front of a crowd.
And like I said off mic, I was pleasantly surprised.
He did a great job.
We were all nervous for him.
Yeah, I think we were probably more nervous than he was.
He was pretty wound up.
He was ready to go.
He was ready to go.
And he had a blast, and he enjoyed it, and he talked about it the whole way home. And he's just so ready to get a band together and start playing. And you know, I've told him I'll do everything I can to help him find players and do something.
I tell you what, if he can find a couple guys that are willing to jam, you know, that have the same drive as him.
And you and I both know that is the hard part. It's,
yes.
You know, you find a lot of guys who they want to do it, but then they see how much work it is and they don't necessarily want to do it as bad as they thought they did.
Yeah. Well,
so it's just putting him together with the right people, and it'll happen. It just takes time. And I've told him to be patient, and he's being patient. He's working on his craft while he waits to get his chance.
Yeah. That's all you can do.
Yep.
It took you, what, 30 years?
It took me a long time. Yeah. A minute or two.
I love that laugh sound. I can't remember where I got that
I
from,
don't know either.
but it's pretty good.
Yep.
I have to say. Well, let's get back to business.
Yeah,
and let's spotlight our wonderful band sponsors, shall we?
Let's do it.
Yes, this is when we announce show dates for our band sponsors, and we have 3 that have been so generous for jumping on board with us. We're going to start with Area 51. We got Hadley's Pub, Friday, November 17th from 9 to 1. Neil's Music Room, Friday, November 24th from 8 p.m. to midnight. And Lafayette's, Saturday, November 25th from 6 to 9. Follow Area 51 on Facebook at Area 51 Memphis.
Yeah, and we got Sean Few, huge supporter of this podcast. We love you, Sean. And 6 Feet Thunder at Neil's Music Room, Saturday, November the 18th from 8 to midnight, formerly known as Neil's Music Room, Saturday, November 25th, 8 to midnight. And Sean's Bring Me Some Figgy Pudding at Hadley's Pub, Sunday, December the 10th. That is a Christmas quartet at Hadley's. It'll be formerly known as 6 Feet Thunder, the Lost 45s, and Contraband. These are all Sean Few bands. I don't know how he finds the time, but okay. Time and lineup order to be determined. Follow Sean on Facebook at sean.few.7.
Did he finally ever tell you about this?
Oh, yeah. I've been informed now.
Because you found out about that gig
here.
through me.
Yeah.
Right before we hit record.
Yeah. He's a little busy. Sometimes he forgets to tell people things.
Yes. All right, Seeing Red. We're going to get through the Lafayette's residency dates second. We're going to start with New Year's Eve for them, everybody. Save the date. Seeing Red will be performing at the I almost said PBD. The Puberty. Oh, my God.
Back it up.
Save the date. Seeing Red will be performing at the Peabody New Year's Eve party. Save the date and make plans now to dance your way into the 2024 season with Seeing Red. General admissions and VIP packages will be sold at PeabodyMemphis.com on Friday, November 24th. You can follow Seeing Red at SeeingRedBand.com. And
Cool.
then there are their monthly residency at Lafayette's. Saturday, December 2nd, Saturday, January 13th, and Saturday, February 10th. All start times 10 p.m.
Yeah.
So check it out, seeingredband.com. And it seems like that New Year's Eve show is going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there.
That'll be a fun one, I'm sure.
All right. Again, thanks to the wonderful musicians and bands that are helping support the cause here. We appreciate you. All right. The superstars of this episode are my old friends, Andy and Traci McCullough.
Yeah.
And I met, it's been probably a couple of years ago. I started going to their shows because of my close friend, Manny Zapata.
Yep.
Who is a keyboard player, piano player. Gosh, he can play guitar, bass, drums.
Sound guy.
Yeah, sound guy. He's just
helped
one of
us
those
out
guys.
in the past with some sound things when we were playing.
And I met Manny back in 2006. And at the time, he and his wife at the time had a band called Arizona. and they, along with the band I was in, which was called Danica, we were all throughout the circuit together, and we'd cross paths, and then we'd all hang out in Tunica. So we've been friends ever since. And he started playing with these guys a few years ago, and he and I reconnected, and then there we go. You know, that's how I got to know the band. They'd had me sit in a couple times. Doug, is it McKinn?
I think it's McGinn. I could be screwing that up.
Yeah, no, it's definitely Doug. I know it's Doug, but it's not McQuinn. It's McGinn.
From now on, just say Doug.
Doug, it's just Doug. Yeah, Doug is cool.
He's the guy with the green hair.
I think it's blue now.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's blue. He also plays with the Debbie Jameson band. Right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, yep. He does the Deb Jam band.
The Deb Jam band.
Yeah, I believe that is on Tuesdays at
Neil's. Yep. Yeah. So Andy, Traci, husband, wife, Andy, guitar player, singer, and then Traci's cool bass player up front.
Guitar player, singer, and wrestler.
Yes, we get into wrestling, which was just delightful.
Oh, yeah!
For me, because Andy's not only a big wrestling fan and a big indie wrestling fan, he owns his own damn ring and organization.
Yeah.
So we definitely get into that. We talk about their individual music history before they meet, before they start doing their thing. And then, of course, how they met, the origins of the band, their influences, all the good stuff. And then, we break into the wrestling ring. And you'll hear us talking about the Hadley's event that will be coming up, which is long. Well, not only is that date behind us, it never happened.
Oh.
They got canceled, I'm guessing, because of the weather that day. So again, big time timeline.
Yeah.
This was recorded probably 3 months ago. Yeah. So you might hear some weird timeline stuff there.
The drummer's hair even changed colors.
Probably 3 colors since then, for sure. But it was a great time. We loved having them in here. I was excited to finally have them in there. We also joke because early on, we first started booking.
Yeah.
I reached out to them, and I thought I got ghosted. And they just never saw it. So months and months later, I tell them that. They're like, oh, my God.
And this interview was the first time that I had met them in person. I knew who they were.
Yeah.
But I'd never met them and talked to them. So it's cool, man. This podcast has opened up a lot of doors and made a lot of acquaintances and friends for us.
The far majority of our guests have always been first time for me.
Yeah.
They just kind of walk in. Hey, 5 minutes later, I'm getting their life story.
Yep.
Well, we're going to try to keep this one a little shorter. Last week went long because we talked Metallica, and it was a good time. And happy birthday, Jeff. We're 1 year old today.
Man, it's so cool.
We age in dog years, though. Right. So, welcome to middle school.
Yeah.
And so check out the rhythmsectionpod.com. Yeah. We have an Instagram page, y'all. Check it out. I think we're at 70 plus followers.
Yeah.
And our Facebook page is growing too. We're nearing 900.
Yeah.
So keep it coming.
Yeah.
We love that.
Keep that going, man. We want to grow that as much as we can.
And where's my outro page? Did I lose it? Oh, whatever.
We know that. We're not really doing an outro since we're segueing into the interview.
But this is usually when we say thank you to the audience.
We can do that. Yeah.
See a band.
Go see a band.
Check out our merch at Boba Cream.
Yep.
Go patronize our band sponsors.
Get out and do the Christmas for the kids. That's a big one. It's the holiday season. It's time for giving. And go check out some of these great bands that Rick Hale has put together.
Yes, amen to that. So again, thank you for hearing. Thank you for having ears.
Thanks for not being deaf.
Jesus. It's gonna be fine, Jeff.
It is.
It's gonna be okay.
All right,
Andy, Traci McCullough.
Yep.
Thank you. Take care, guys.
See you guys.
Finally, we get some of my friends in here. Yeah. We got Andy and Traci McCullough. What's going on, y'all? From Roxi Love.
Doing great.
Doing good.
So full disclosure, and we talked about this. I Facebook messaged you back in November when we first started this thing, and then I was like, man, they don't want to be on. They're ghosting me. What's going on? But they just never checked their Facebook.
I felt so bad because I go on there and do stuff like, if you see my little green light on, I'm on the watch thing. I'm like watching like Top Gear, and
I got you.
I'm watching like, I'm not even on Facebook. I'm watching stuff like that. And you told me, I said, you sent me a message because I got a big long thing, I got several group messages I'm
You don't even
in.
answer my messages.
And,
So, yeah.
and I look back and I feel so bad.
Yeah,
Dude, I feel so
I
bad.
went out to see y'all play at
Yeah.
Sidecar South
Yeah.
Haven a little while back, and then that's when we all connected and chatted and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, a big fan of you guys.
Man, I appreciate it, brother.
Because of Manny. Manny's a Tate,
yeah.
keyboard player. He and I have been friends for over a decade, probably 15 years now. And then he started playing with y'all, and I met you guys at Bubba's Barbecue, right?
Yeah, you're right.
I think that was the first time
That
I
was
met
the first
y'all.
time because I think, I'm not mistaken, you sat in and played some bass with us. Did you not? The second, maybe the
I
second
don't know
time.
if it was the first.
I don't know if it was the first.
I think the second
Eventually,
time.
I got up there and played the bass, and
did a great job.
And I didn't adjust the strap, and so I put on Tracy's bass. And
It's like a ukulele. You feel like you're playing a ukulele.
Yeah.
So, good to be here. Good to
Man,
have you on
yeah.
here finally. Tracy said she's not going to talk much,
I
but
know.
we're going to get it out of her because she's a
she'll
bass player.
talk.
I like how you
I just play one on TV.
Yeah.
So, thanks for being here. We want to talk about the band. We want to talk about you guys,
Cool,
influences, the whole bit. And,
Shoot,
and wrestling. Wrestling's coming up.
up.
We already talked a little bit about it,
Very cool.
because I want to bring up, because I joke, and people, if anyone's paying attention, they know I have fun with wrestling, but we have a real thing to talk about, a real benefit, a real show you guys put on. It's
Yes.
really, really cool. So, and I'm strong-arming, shooing myself into it, offering, I'm telling them I'm a part of it.
Oh yeah, you will be. We'll make you a part of that.
That's cool.
You'll have fun. I
Cool.
promise.
I've always wanted to hit you with a chair.
Yeah, you better look out.
That is not a lie. And you know what? If you did, I'd understand.
Yeah.
I would still heal on you though.
Understood.
So let's go back history wise a little bit. Are you guys from the area?
Yeah, I was born and raised in like Tate County, and
Okay.
I think you were too. You're just a lot.
The majority
Yeah.
of my life, I was in Tate County. I was
Which is like Senatobia and
Coldwater,
yep.
Senatobia, yes.
Which is where you currently reside.
Oh, yeah.
We reside in, I'm going to say we reside in Arca-Butler, but I mean, it's technically a Coldwater address,
yeah.
but Arca-Butler, yeah.
Yeah, but we're out in the sticks.
Out in the
I
sticks,
love it, man. I love
me
it.
My
too.
daughter's mom lived in Strayhorn for a minute.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I
That's
used to
right
go
down
out
the
there
road.
all the time. I would go through Arca-Butler, downtown Arca-Butler, the one flashing light with the post office.
That's it.
Yeah, that's about
That's
it.
it. One
That's
store.
all it is,
Yeah.
And a bunch of dogs roaming
No,
around.
Oh, yeah,
we
man,
got a Dollar
you were
General
thinking of
now.
dogs.
We
Yeah.
got a Dollar General now.
Yes,
We're moving up in the
we
world.
Awesome. We're
Yeah.
up, man.
Man.
Big
Yeah.
time.
And they get all our money.
Oh, yeah.
$1.25 at a time.
That's it.
That's good. They're gonna have to start calling it $1.50 General.
Look, a
you're
good
joking.
Dollar General is very convenient, though. It's handy. If you need some milk or some
Oh,
eggs,
yeah,
it's just
milk.
like you pop over there.
So, some people do too much. I was like, we're out the country. I said, I kind of like it because we lived in Senatobia. When we first got together, we lived in Senatobia in an apartment. And then we bought my grandmother's old house, is what we did.
Mm-hmm.
So we went back to the old homestead. I forgot when I was like, man, we're so far out here because I was scared. First of all, they didn't have a tower down there at first, so our cell phones wasn't picking up. I was like, how are we going to get gigs? So we had to get a landline when we first moved
Man,
down
that
here.
is so 1990.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now we got a Dollar General. We got a thing. No more landline. Thank God.
I have
because
really
everybody was
good
calling.
internet now, yes.
Yeah, we got great
Actual
internet, so-
fiber, yes.
Yeah.
Fiber optic, yes.
We don't have that at our place out in the sticks. I'm still waiting.
I've never in my adult life, as living on my own, ever bought landline telephone service. It's just been cell phone.
You
ever
remember
since.
though, I'm extremely old, so yeah. So I've had more landlines. Now, I had one of the first. I'll tell you how old I am, man. The first phone I had was one of the brick phones.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the brick
Remember
cell phones?
dude,
Were they like $1 a minute?
Oh yeah, man! You better not use that sucker. I had like,
call me
15
back
minutes
after
worth. I'm
7.
like, yeah. Oh, that was before you didn't call back after 7.
It was
like,
9, wasn't it?
okay, I'm on my way. Bye. Click.
Weekends, it's like free
$50
weekends.
phone call.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That
All
was
them.
crazy.
It was bad.
So when did y'all meet?
Let's see, how long ago? It's been 16 years. And then we met at the music store. I was running Toby Town Music.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
No, it's not. In October, it'll be 17 years.
17
Better
years.
get that shit straight. 17 years. Look at
Almost 20 years I've been putting up with him.
you. Awesome.
Almost 20 years.
Putting up with me.
Me. I'm easy. Look at this face. I'm adorable.
You definitely don't look your age, man.
Yeah.
Like you said you're in the early 60s, right?
Yeah, 60. I'll be 61 in November.
Man, that's
Wow.
great. Yeah, you look.
So, man, I have no idea. I just stay in the gym when I can. That's the main thing. Well, I guess for the wrestling, and we'll get into that a little bit later. Yeah, that's when I started doing that. I really started hitting the gym and taking care of myself and get rid of some of my bad habits. Anyway, I still eat crappy.
Yeah,
Me too.
I do that and not work out.
Yeah, me too.
It's getting out of hand over here.
Oh yeah.
So when did you meet because of music, or it was just coincidental? You were both musicians.
Well, she had a friend of hers was taking guitar lessons, and she started bringing her out to learn, and I was giving the guitar lessons like that. Well, she was watching me. She played piano anyway, and she was watching me teach her friend how to play piano.
How to play
You're
guitar.
doing it all wrong.
Yeah, but she, no, not piano. She teach me. She didn't know how to play guitar, so she would watch me teach her friend how to play guitar, and she was going to try to impress me. So she would go up there and grab a guitar off the wall and go. She'd play exactly.
I wasn't just doing that. I was playing chords.
Oh no, she would play whatever the lesson was. She was going there just watching me. She'd pick up the guitar and play what I showed them.
What was your first impression, Tracy? I'm making you talk.
Yeah.
Of him?
On him, yeah.
That he didn't look 43
Yeah.
and that he seemed like a really cool, laid back person. Like, I don't know. Like, we just clicked
Yeah, we did.
from the very beginning because of our love of music.
Yeah, and we were like best friends.
He pretty much made me be a lead singer. I was not a lead singer when he met me. I was an alto.
I'm glad he did.
I'm a contralto. I'm actually a contralto.
Oh no!
What
I'm
does
a
a
very-
contralto mean?
Contralto is very rare. It's like it's a low. I think it's the lowest of the altos, the contralto.
Yeah, it's like a low alto.
Okay.
My range is not high at all.
Okay.
But what got us? Me and Tom were working in the music store, and she sat down and she had a Christian band. She was playing this, and every time she took she was taking all the. I mean, almost a bass part, for these other three girls because they all had really high voices, and she was singing like harmony and like that. Well, I'd never heard her sing. We'd heard her play piano, but nothing else. And she sat at the piano.
I was very shy.
It was getting around Christmas time, and she played "Mary Did You Know," and me and Tom were like. It was amazing. It was like, wow. And
I agree. I love your voice.
I was just really shy about that because I didn't feel like I was a lead singer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I still don't feel like I'm a lead singer, but I mean, I know I am. But I just,
no, I think you're great, and you play bass, which is super cool.
It's hard for me to go to the harmony part now because I'm so used to singing the lead.
Uh-huh.
For over the years.
Her playing bass. I got it. Okay, the way she did. We got in the band with Ken Hatton, Electric Rodeo. Was with that band, and she started just playing. She was actually playing guitar on that because we had a keyboard player. So she was watching me teach her friend how to play guitar, and I was showing her some rhythm parts. And I had written a bunch of songs for the lead singer in that band. I did this one that had harmony leads on it that me and David Daniels, very good, my mentor, and I said, I want you to be on the album with her, brother. So he sat there and did this little harmony lead. Well, she went and learned the harmony lead part to it. So we in that band, I got a picture somewhere of me and her playing the little
She
harmony.
wouldn't learn it?
Oh no, she learned it. She learned it and just to
learn it.
Yeah, she learned it just to learn it. So every time we went out live, because she would play acoustic guitar, she'd pick up electric and play the harmony parts on that with me. So it was really cool. And then we left that band to make what was Teacher's Pet.
With Animal. With Animal.
No, with Animal.
What was the name of that? It
was Mark, me, you, and Tom. And Tom was on bass.
Yeah, that's right.
Tom who?
Tom Leishman. He owned the Toby Town. He passed away.
Mm-hmm.
A really good friend of mine and miss him every day. But he had Toby Town Music, and I worked there. I ran the store for him.
Okay.
But he wanted to go back to playing country. We were playing more rock. And we were just supposed to get married. She said, I'm playing keyboards. I'm playing guitar. Why don't I just play bass? We can go 3-piece and make more money. I'm like, yeah, we can. So she learned. You're going to think I'm lying.
I was scared.
3 weeks later, now I booked a bunch of acoustic stuff for us, but we had some electric gigs we had to do. We already had booked. 3 weeks later, she had every song down, and they were just minimal, but she had every song down, nailing it and singing it.
For real, your timing is really good.
I remember that
Thank
night
you.
I
It's
made a
just right
mistake
in the
on
pocket.
one song, and I was mad at myself
And
for
you're
that.
singing while doing it. It's awesome.
Oh,
And
thank you.
that's what's about. Well, that people, she always said, I'm not a bass player. I'm not. I said,
I
you know,
disagree with that.
I know, me too.
In my soul, my voice is my main instrument.
Well, yeah, of course.
Like I feel like that's my passion is to sing more than playing any other instrument. But I do like to play bass because it makes you feel powerful. I don't know if you have that feeling when you play bass, but you feel pretty powerful.
I don't even need the bass.
But I mean,
Well, no, the bass.
it
No,
makes you feel
I'm joking.
powerful. You know.
But also, I mean, bass is boss. So
Oh, it is.
it can change the name of a
Well,
chord. You know what I'm saying? Like it
anything.
really can set the tone. If you invert a chord on the bass, it changes the sound of the whole band.
If
you
I-
know,
True.
If I have a
It has a
drummer
lot
that's
of
just
power, yeah.
a drummer and a bass player, especially we play 3-piece for. That's what we got Manny in the band. We
Yeah.
played 3-piece for several years.
Yeah.
I mean that beat and that bass is just thumping. I mean, laying down a foundation, it makes me want to play.
and
You
now I know. I've only known you guys with Manny, but I
Yeah.
can see you, Tracy. Sometimes you drop the bass and you just sing, so that way
Yeah.
Manny can handle the bass on his
Yeah.
own. He's a great bass player, but then he
Yeah.
might kick left-hand bass, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I like how you guys kind of just change it up. You have that versatility
Yeah, it's
because
really
of his
nice.
musicianship adding into it. And,
Yes.
And then all of you sing,
He's a
all of
really
you
good
sing,
musician.
you
Yeah.
know.
Mhm.
So you
Yeah,
sing
it's-
leads, right, Andy?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. I used to say I sang back in the day. I hated it, but I sang lead, just for a little band that I fronted back in the 80s and 90s like that. But I mean,
Wow.
so I can sing, but my thing is
He
harmony.
prefers harmony.
And then you got
yeah.
Doug McKinn.
McMinn. Yeah.
McMinn. Sorry,
Yeah.
Doug.
That's
Sorry.
McKinn.
He sings back there.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
drummer.
Oh, yeah, great
Oh
drummer.
yeah.
Now he comes with the pedigree. His dad was Dominant Men, which was
Papa Don.
he's got a note on Bill Street. He played. God, Doug has a set of drums that stays in Europe because he goes over and play. He used to go over and play all the time.
Tour in
So
Europe, yes.
Wow.
he was playing over there so much instead of rent. He's like, dude, it's cheaper for me to buy one. So he
Right.
bought one. He made some
Leave it
friends over there.
yeah.
And he's got some friends over in Europe. He just leaves a drum set there. But he's played. Good gosh, he's had because he played at Rum Boogie for years.
Yeah.
He's played behind Stevie Ray Vaughan. He's
Oh,
played
wow.
behind. I mean, you name it. Greg Allman, a bunch of people that just come in.
Yeah.
Back in the day, that was the place to go was Rum Boogie if you were a
Right.
blues player.
Oh yeah.
So all the blues greats, I mean, he backed him up. I think he went on tour with Chuck Berry. I mean, he's done some stuff. So he's
Would love to hear some of those stories.
oh yeah, he's got
I heard
stories.
I heard he's an interesting fella.
He is. Yes,
Chuck Berry
yes,
is.
Oh yeah, he was. He was. I forgot what it was. He told Doug something. If you got to get Doug in here sometime,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He's got stories. But
I'm
he
sure.
did something with Chuck Berry. He just said, "Man, fine, I'll just leave." What? I'll just leave, dude. I forgot what I said. He said Chuck said something to him. Was mad at him or something like that, or said something to him about something. He said, "Man, I'll leave."
That's just Doug for you. Yeah.
He come back over to him. He said, "I like this old boy right here." Hey,
'cause
no,
he-
you
He's-
fine,
yeah.
baby.
Because he stepped up to the
Yeah,
bully,
he
right?
stepped up to him and said, man, I said, I ain't gonna let you abuse me,
Yeah.
So he's walking over everybody. He said, I ain't gonna walk over me, I'll get out of there.
Let's talk influences. Tracy, do you have a particular singer, general artist, like who comes to mind first as far as like a major influence on you?
The only person I can think of that's a major influence on me is this guy. Because he opened up a
She's
lot
talking
of...
to me,
Yeah,
by the way.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I'm
Sorry.
talking about Andy because when I met him, I was only listening to like Christian music. I didn't even know who Journey was. I didn't know who
Okay.
I didn't know who Leonard Skinner was. He pretty much opened up a whole nother world to me as far as music wise. I like a lot of different kinds of music now because of him.
Well, who are the Christian artists that you really liked? Because I've listened to a lot of contemporary Christian, and I've got some.
When
favorites.
I say that I listen to Christian music, I meant that like basically just church music, hymns
Okay.
and stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean, the Gaithers, I like that kind of
Oh,
like
that's
Southern
awesome.
gospel stuff
great.
for the harmonies and all that.
Killer
There was a group I used to listen to called Acapella, which
Okay.
was, I don't know, but they were pretty good. I don't really know. I didn't listen to a lot of contemporary artists. It was just, hymns and stuff
Right.
like that.
Yeah, I love Stephen Curtis Chapman and Casting Crowns.
I
and,
love
those
oldies.
guys.
I love,
Yeah.
that's what people don't know about me. I love oldies. When I was about 13, my older sister took me and my little sister on a trip to Florida. And like, she's like, don't tell mom, I'll let y'all listen to this, but it's a CD with just oldies on it. So I didn't see anything wrong with it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I fell in love with oldies like 1960s music and 50s music. So I like that kind of stuff as well.
Like the LA stuff, like the Mamas and Papas.
I like Dale Shannon, Runaway, and just like
that's-
Teen
yeah.
Angel, Leader of the Pack, like
Sure.
really cheesy,
Yeah, very
cheesy oldies.
Are you familiar with the Wrecking Crew?
Oh yeah.
So there's
Yes.
there was a documentary out there on Netflix. I think
that
put
played
that
for
one,
all
yeah.
of like the hits back in those. Yeah,
This is awesome. Yeah, I mean the same roster of people played on everything, and unfortunately they didn't get any credits.
Also,
No, they didn't.
Hired
Well,
Guns is a good one as well.
Yep,
the
seen it.
documentary.
Yeah,
It's a very good
yeah,
documentary.
we watched that.
Similar stories, and being the hired gun.
It'll make you hate Billy Joel. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
It made you hate him.
No,
You're like, oh my gosh.
like, dude, talk
Yeah.
about like Billy Joel just like
He did him dirty. He did him dirty.
Didn't care about that. I was like, wow.
But yeah, anyone that I'm sure any musician listening knows all this, but those that don't, the Monkees, even the Beach Boys, they didn't play their own things.
No,
like later Beach Boys,
Yeah.
they didn't touch. They had studio guys doing it, and these same guys that just played on everything.
Yeah, they
a
did.
handful of drummers and bass players, just a roster of guys.
Yeah.
Are on every song from the 60s
Yeah.
that you can imagine. Sort of like the Funk Brothers
Yeah.
over at Motown. Same
Yeah.
story, no credits. The labels didn't want people to know
No.
that
No,
the Monkees weren't playing their stuff.
Right. No.
So
Back in the day, no.
Yeah, they didn't put their names on there, which is a bummer. What about your influences?
My influence? Mine was mainly local. I grew up David Daniels, the guy taught me how to play. Killer blues player. He still plays today. When he's gotten older and everything, he don't play as much as he used to. Left-handed, he plays upside down and backwards. So
I've seen those guys. Yeah.
I would learn a lot from him. And he went and see me play one night. I said, "You play funny." I'm like, "It's your fault." Because I do weird bends.
I've seen bass players do that too.
Yeah.
Upside down stuff.
And I'm right-handed, so I still play right-handed. But he says, I don't know. I do funky things. I have no idea what I do. But anyway, there's people like him, Steve Ingalls from Creed, the original Southern Creed. Big. I got to play with him several times, and he's a big influence on me as far as my playing. My cousin, God rest his soul, Joel Shoemaker, was a huge influence on me. He played with Jerry Lee and Roy Orbison and all them. As far as me growing up around that local, as far as big artists, man, I got so many because I'm a huge Hendrix freak. Yeah, I'm Hendrix freak. I love Clapton. I love Beck. Yeah. It's just I can't pinpoint
Jeff
one.
Beck, man, what a unique gentleman
so
that guy
unique,
was.
Man. Probably I don't know, the one I really like now that I've been really gravitating towards lately is Gary Moore. Love Gary Moore.
Yeah,
just especially stuff. Still got the blues, and before then, after then, everything was just anything Gary Moore. I really got into him quite a few years ago. And really dug into him. I really love his tone, his voice, everything. And not just his guitar playing, but his voice was incredible.
When did it become Roxi Love? When did that name pop in?
Okay,
how did that name come about?
Okay, you're gonna love this. Okay,
Jesus.
Which one's Roxy and which one's Love?
All right, you're gonna love
Neither.
this. Okay, we went from Manhattan. We was playing there, then we went made Teacher's Pet, which ended up being me, her, and Animal. From Twin Soul now, and we played there. Well, Animal was going to Twin Soul. When he was going to Twin Soul, we were doing some duos, but the Dirt Brothers, I'm not sure if you remember them, the Dirt Brothers called, and John Boy's like, why don't y'all just join us? So she went back to keyboards and harmonies. I played guitar. I didn't have a microphone in front of me. I just played guitar. She was singing harmony to John Boy, and we joined up with the Dirt Brothers for about 2 years. And then when we got out of that, we went down, and y'all know Dale Cummins, that announces on all the time. I think because he posts all that. He listens to y'all. He's got he runs a mail route. He listens to y'all every day.
Awesome.
Okay.
What's his name?
Awesome. Dale Cummins.
Dale Cummins. Thanks, man.
Yeah, he is
we
the
love
man.
You.
He is the man. He was our original.
Stay
drummer.
on the road.
Yeah, he was our original drummer.
Okay.
And it was me. Just went back trio and everything. So he's working out there, and he had was an Amazon parrot.
He had an African gray parrot.
African gray parrot.
Those are
named
awesome.
Roxy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she would dance for you. And we go,
But they called her like baby or.
Roxy Love. Right. And that's where the name came from. She said,
well, I wanted to name it Roxy.
It came from a parrot.
I wanted to name the band
awesome.
Roxy Baby because they called her Baby.
Yeah.
But everybody said no to that. They're like, no to Roxy Baby. I'm like, well, what about Roxy Love? Because we love Roxy.
Man,
and like, okay, it just kind of stuck.
Boom.
It's kind of a
African
stupid.
Greys are amazing.
It's kind of a stupid story, but they are.
They're a killer parrot, and I saw one sing "Old MacDonald Had a Farm" one time,
and they live a long time.
They do like 80 years, or I don't even know how long.
Yeah, you got to like wheel them to somebody if you buy one. Yeah. Seriously, you do get to wheel. You're gonna have to.
We need to get our affairs in order for the parrot.
Affairs for the parrot.
Leave it all to the parrot.
Can you get life insurance for a parrot?
Oh my God, probably.
You're right. He did that, but that's how Roxi Love was originated and everything.
It was so. What time were we looking at? What year?
That's 10 years ago. A little over 10 years.
About 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was about 10 years ago when we did that.
Well, that probably takes the cake for the best story we've had on the podcast.
It's the dumbest.
I mean, sometimes we'll forget about asking the how our name came to be.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man.
Because people think I am Roxi Love. They're like, oh, so you're Roxy?
And they
I'm
just
like,
call her
no.
Roxy. We just go, yeah, it's Roxy. Okay.
But when these old ladies call me Roxy, I'm like, hey, I'll respond to it. I'm like,
you should get a T-shirt that says Roxy on it.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, I'm not Roxy.
I did not expect a parrot to be a part of the story, though.
Nobody ever does.
And I'll tell you what's really cool. When we wrote, and with Dale, the reason he had to quit playing, he actually, I'll tell him, he'll hear this too. He ended up having, we were playing at Windy City, and he had a stroke
Como.
on stage.
The one down in Como, or
yes,
the one here?
and had no idea. He's like, dude, something ain't right. He started playing backwards.
Well, he thought he was having
know.
a panic attack.
He thought he was having a panic attack, and then found out later on. He said, man, I just haven't been feeling right. I don't know what's going on. And he ended up going to the doctor like a month later and found out that he had had a stroke. He said, I know exactly when it was. So we ended up getting Mark Sampson. He's like my brother. We played together since we were kids. So he came in the band for a little while, kind of on and off. And about that time is when Manny came in. Mm-hmm. If you remember, we opened up and started going with 4-piece. Mm-hmm. And Mark he's a cop. So, I mean, it was hard for him to we did this for a living. And it was hard for him to get that time and everything. So we just used a ton of different drummers till we ended up with Doug, and he just fit. And the way I knew Doug was going to fit, when me, her, and Dale were playing, we wrote a bunch of original songs, and we tried to play these original songs with other drummers, and the groove just wasn't there. And then we sat down with Doug one day with him, was like, he said, man, y'all got some originals y'all like wrote a long time? I said, yeah. Well, let's hear them. And he played it and just nailed them. And we went, and I think we went to Hope Minute, wasn't it? Hope?
It was at the Grove.
The Grove.
At Hope Presbyterian Church in Cordova. Was it Cordova?
Yeah, I think over.
I think Darius Rucker recorded some stuff there. Okay. It was just a small studio, and we did it really quickly.
Yeah, we did, because we didn't have much money. So we laid, matter of fact, we laid the rhythm guitar, bass part, and drums all in one day. It was all in one day, and then we came back the next day and did acoustic and leads, and Manny came in and did keyboard. He just did
I think we saved our tips back to pay for that album.
Yeah, we did. We saved everything was paid by tips. Everybody just piled their tips in, and we paid for it.
And that stuff's on Spotify, right?
Yes, on Spotify.
Yes,
that's right. Check it out, y'all.
Yeah.
Go look up Roxy Baby. No, I'm just kidding. Roxi Love.
We're going to change it to Roxy Baby.
Lullaby, the last song on the album, which is the last one written, was on Rock 103 when they were doing the Memphis Made. Was on there for a good 2 years. I mean, they play it out. People call me, dude, you're on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't make anything, but
Rock 103 made a shift, and
it's not. Yeah, it's not a.
And I saw it all over Facebook. That was a big deal.
101.9. Yeah, it's I don't know what it is now, but
they changed format. That's what they do.
Yeah, they changed format to, like, I think. Was it country?
But it's Rock 102 now, right?
Yeah.
But they move it, but you move it a certain way, and it doesn't come in as good.
No, the signal's weak.
So that they didn't kill it, but they killed it.
Yeah, they
killed
it.
Yeah. I spent my entire career in a car driving every morning and listening to the Wake Up Crew.
Oh yeah,
I just love it. Tim, Bev, and Bad Dog. Shout out to you guys.
Dude,
everybody in Memphis knows who you guys are.
It was a strong morning show.
It was the best. I mean, it was amazing.
They were.
A good morning show on a local FM station can become like celebrities.
Yeah, they were.
No, he was right. They were. I mean,
total
they were
celebrities.
They were everywhere.
And Bad Dog, rest in peace.
Yes.
He passed away several years ago. And I've said this before on a post on Facebook, that he was the only person that I ever listened to who passed away that I felt like I knew this guy.
Yeah.
I'd never met him in my life.
Yeah.
But you listen to him every day, and you just felt he just was seemed like you knew him personally.
I'll tell you about Bad Dog. We did, matter of fact, that's where we met. That's where we really got to know Josh. Where John Boy asked us, we were doing the memorial thing they had for him. It was out in Olive Branch.
Okay.
Not Olive Branch. It was, what was that little park over there? And we were at Horn Lake or somewhere when they had that park, and they had the thing for Bad Dog. And that's where John Boy was like, man, we need to join forces, But it was that his thing. Now, I'll tell you how I did know, man, Chris Jarman and me were really close. And Chris, man, that was just I just talked to him, and
It's crazy.
Every year
was
on your
horrible.
birthday, he would do a shout out.
Oh yeah, do
Every
a
year.
shout out. Lone Wolf, call me Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf, it's his birthday.
He called you Long Boy?
No, Lone Wolf.
Lone
my
Wolf.
wrestling, yeah, my
Long
wrestling
Boy.
name, yeah.
Long boy.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I heard.
Roxi Love and Long Boy.
Yeah, Long Boy, that's it.
She was stunned. She was like, "Where the hell's that coming
Where's that
from?"
coming
Give her another one. Give her the whoop
Yeah.
whoop.
Oh, yeah. Are you familiar with our sounds?
No.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
we
you
got
know.
sounds. We got lots.
Yeah.
We
Do you
got all
have a
kinds of
farting
ones.
sound?
A farting sound. That's hilarious. Now I need one.
Yeah.
We will now.
She will find you one. Trust me.
She will find you one.
Send.
We haven't played this one in a while.
What's it?
Every Sunday, that's me off mic about Jeff.
Yeah.
No. Would you mind talking about Pete Mondello?
Man, I miss him.
Because I know
Horrible.
when we bumped into each other at Sidecar, we
Yes.
talked a little bit about it. But I also knew like you guys were starting a project.
Yeah, we were. It was now what the way we got with Pete. I mean, I known Pete for probably 10 years. I've been known him for years, but we'd never been able to play together. You know, it was like he's either had a project or had a project.
He's a
we
busy
couldn't
guy.
play. And we would sit in. We'd go somewhere like if he was playing with Twin Soul, we'd sit in and jam with him. You know, just have fun. He's like, guys, we got to get together. So after the pandemic, we all, you know, Manny was playing with the Boogaloos. Me and Tracy were doing duos. Doug had got a bunch of gigs and everything. We were just trying. We were just trying to survive.
Yeah, Doug was playing with
We were
several
all just trying to
people.
survive. So we needed a drummer, and I just reached out to I reached out to him. Probably 10, 12 times. I was like, brother, I'm sorry, man, I'm working. And I reached out, I said, man, Pete, man, need a drummer, brother. He said, man, I'm available. And he said, where's it going to be at? It was going to be at 10th inning. And we went there and we played. And it was just me, her, and his trio. It was just three of us. And we played that one time. It was like, after the first day, he's like, guys, anytime y'all need me, man. I am having so much fun. Then we just hit it off. We just hit it off real good. He said, man, anytime. He called Doug. He said, man, anytime you can't make it. I ain't trying to get your spot. He said, anytime you can't make it, I'm going to play with this guy. So and we used him more last year. We used him more than we did Doug last year because it was coming out of the pandemic and everybody was doing whatever they could do to make a living and make money. But we used him a lot. Matter of fact, we used him for our New Year's Eve gig down in Philadelphia. Yeah. That was that was the last gig I think he did. I think he did
Fall
a couple
River Resort.
Yeah, I think he did that one with us, and then that might have been the last gig he played with us. And
you guys were supposed to do Hadley's, right?
Project M, because our last name was going to be.
So you were officially going to start a new name and project with a side project.
Yeah, just side project. We was going to do it, 4 times a year, right? Something like that, make it special. But the way it came across was Doug had me and him and Pete on a little group message and like that. And he was like, "Dude." I said, man, I could just use both of y'all. Yeah. And then we just started kind of going back and forth and just laughing and just making jokes about it. And he's like, and then next thing I know, Doug's calling me and said, dude, he said, well, I want to come out front and play percussion.
And harmonica.
And harmonica. He plays harmonica too.
Yeah, really well.
He said, why don't I do that? He said, then, let Pete play Pete play drums. He said, I can go behind the drums. Pete can come out and play guitar because Pete plays
Pete's
guitar.
a hell of a guitar.
He said, man. Tracy could bring her keyboard, man. You can play some bass, let her play some key, So let's just make a project, just have fun. So we worked up just a bunch of new songs that because I didn't want to go on there and be like, Roxi Love .2 and just do the same stuff. So we worked up a bunch of different songs that, I said, we'll absorb them into Roxi Love later, but let's start them out in this little project.
And what was the name of the project again?
Project M. Because you had McCullough, McMahon, and then
Mondello.
So we just Project M and just something. And I just talked to Pete because we were supposed to have rehearsal that following Monday. So I just got off the phone with him. What had happened was Angela. I think she was playing over at Southland Greyhound Park. She was over there.
Angela
Burton.
Angela Burton. She plays the band Cruisin' Heavy.
And she called me. She said, "Hey, have you got Pete's number?" I said, "Pete's wife's number." I said, "Yeah," because I got it when we was over there. I said, "Yeah, I got it." Why? She said, "They're trying to get a hold of her." Pete fell out at Hadley's. I said, "Really?" So she was calling me. I'll call Carolyn and tell her, "Hey, look, we thought it was sugar. He was diabetic.
He was diabetic.
We thought he fell out because of that, and then it just went downhill from there. But it was just rough.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What a shock to this entire community.
Yes, it really was.
So the weekend that Area 51 did their their tribute show that
Yes.
Saturday. That you guys played that
We-
Friday.
Yeah.
And that was an actual date you had booked for the
day.
project,
Pete
right?
Yeah.
booked it.
Yeah.
Pete booked
Pete
that.
booked
That
it.
was Pete's booking. So I called John and said, "Hey, look," he said, "Yes, by all means." So we just made. I talked to Josh, and we just made a double. We just made a double thing. Let's make a double thing just for Pete. All the tips went to Carolyn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like that, and we just made a 2-day event out of it. So
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was. We'll be back up there July, sometimes in 2 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, by the time this comes out, those will be history gigs. I'm positively went awesome.
Well, if you want to check out our schedule, it's roxilove.com, ROXILOVE.com. There you go.
That link will be in the description.
Awesome.
Anytime you want us to
It's
do that.
already
Full schedule's on there. So
it's a good looking site too, and it's cool that you keep.
thank you. Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
you pop on a site, you go to the tour schedule, and it's like 3 years old.
Oh,
we keep updated with that. Definitely.
Good for you. So we're gonna
He
push
makes
that.
me.
Yeah, we
don't do
got to
any
remember
of that.
too, because we all Doug will go on there and look on it and see where we're at and everything.
Yeah.
Yes,
Make sure we're open.
It keeps from having to just
double
text back and
bookings
forth.
and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, "Am I on that one?"
Yeah, Mom,
Shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
Dang, who is that?
Well, I'm gonna make an executive decision,
Mhm.
and we're gonna put Roxi Love kind of to the side for a second. We're gonna bring out Lone Wolf.
Oh,
It's time to.
Fine.
We're gonna
Done.
talk wrestling
now.
We'll talk wrestling.
This is Lone Wolf's lock-in music. So a little context, ladies and gentlemen, Lone Wolf. So I gotta shorten the applause in that sound. So context. Now we're breaking into wrestling.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I want to talk about that and your gimmick. I mean,
Yeah.
Josh, we could do a whole episode on this.
Oh, man.
There's
Because
no
you could-
gimmicks. This is all
But,
real.
but what was the name of it again?
It's real.
Crossroads
Yes.
Wrestling.
Yes, Crossroads Wrestling.
So I remember seeing stuff at Hadley's on Facebook last year.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, all these musicians I follow are wrestling and in a real
Yes.
ring and the back parking lot of Hadley's. I'm like, what is going on? And then now, because of this, I'm meeting a lot of musicians that are into wrestling. So I love talking about it, but I genuinely want to support this and promote this event, but then also learn your history, and you actually own a ring.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's craziness. So where do you want to start?
Okay,
with
I'll
this?
tell you what. I'll start how I got started. I'm going to do the condensed version because I could go on forever. Chad, Big Daddy Storm,
Storm.
Yeah, my worst enemy, my biggest nemesis. Anyway, but him and a buddy has came in. I was doing music. I had some old ADATs back in the back, and I did like commercials for people just local and stuff like that. And they came in. They wanted some music because they were supposed to be on TV, and they couldn't use. You had to have your own music. So that's the way it started. And they wrestled. Well, I always loved wrestling. And they came in. And I said, man, I always wanted to get into it. And I had just started getting. I quit smoking years ago, and I started getting a little bit beefy. It's like, man, you ought to get in it, man. It's fun. I was already like 33, 34 years old. I was already, getting older than I should have been to get in there. I just want to have one match. I said, man, I just want to have one match. So they took me in there. They
15,
trained me.
20 years later, or whatever.
Exactly. That's what, somebody, but they ended up getting me in there and teaching me. And then I just went from there. Next thing I know, I bought a ring. I bought belts. We had ICW.
How do you buy a wrestling ring? Like, where do you go?
Oh, no. At the time,
Does Amazon have wrestling rings now?
They do now.
No,
Back in the day, we had a buddy of ours that had one that did like metal stuff like that. He did welding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He went and saw. We did a show. We rented a ring. He went out there while they were tearing it down. He's over there taking
Measurements so
measurements and
make
everything
it, yeah.
else. He built us a wrestling ring,
Yeah.
and I paid for all the metal and everything else, and got it. And we got that, but I couldn't wrestle like everybody else. And I really got into it because I played on the weekends. So we had a little skating rink down, and so every Tuesday night we had wrestling. Every Tuesday night, this little skating rink. And we did that for, 3, 4, 5 years. So every Tuesday night I was wrestling. Then it got to where people knew who I was. I had other organizations. They were like, hey, Lone Wolf. They called me while I was at the music store. Hey, Lone Wolf, where you playing tonight? Oh, man, I got to play in Memphis. What time you start? 9 o'clock. Man, can you do a curtain jerk about 7 over here at Olive Branch? So I would get my gear on at the store, drive over, do a curtain jerk, get my PO, and then go over there, take all my stuff off when I got to the gig and play.
All right, pause. PO is a payoff.
Yeah, payoff, yeah.
Jerking the curtain. What is
first
it?
First one.
I've heard
curtain
plenty
jerk,
of wrestlers say that, but it means you're the
jerk.
first.
Yeah, just the very first
Open
match.
the show. Question: heel, babyface. What'd you start out
I
as?
faced a lot. I got to heel about 3 or 4 times. I've already got to
Did
heel.
you enjoy it?
I loved it, but it didn't go over because everybody knows me from playing. I was like, "You shut your mouth."
A lot of wrestlers.
It doesn't fit his.
it
It don't fit him to be.
A lot of
heel.
wrestlers talk about how they prefer being a heel.
Oh, his
It's
heel's a lot.
funner. You
a
can
lot more
cuss
fun.
people out. You just like
The
you're trying to make people hate you. That is fun.
you do.
That would be fun to be the bad guy.
The last time I healed, it's been matter of fact, I can tell you, it's been 10 years because that's how long Reels has been in it. I gave Reels his first match, and since it's his first match, the heel kind of runs, generals the match. So I had to heel, and I had a blast. Healing like that, and that was the last time.
You get the pounce on the baby face.
Oh yeah,
but then they have to make their heroic comeback.
Oh, you had to,
and the Hulk up.
Can you teach me how to pile drive Derek?
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Pile drive's illegal in some states, brother. No.
I will tell you this is on that subject of teaching people art. Bob came to me.
Bob Boscia?
Yeah, Bob Boscia came to me, and it was I want to say probably right around last of August. He said, "Man, me and Charlie," because him and Charlie always mess. He said, "Dude, we want to have a match. We want to have a match at Hadley's. Can you train us?" I said, "When you want to have this?" He said, "I want to have it like the night before, Sunday before Halloween on the 30th. I'm like, I started counting. I'm like, dude. So we had like 50 days to teach him how to not kill each other.
Yeah.
So we went out there. We set the ring up. And they were diligent. My hats off to both of them. We went out there for a while. It was me and Chad training them at first. That's who I used to train with is Chad. We went out there and started. Well, Chad got hurt, so then I had to train him.
Right.
And so I took Dred the Clown out there with me. He had just started having matches and stuff. So I took Dred out there with me. So me and Dred took them through everything. And so what we did with them was we had a 6-man tag. It was me and Bob and Dred against Big Daddy Storm, Legit, and Bob. So you had that way they would have to do a lot. So we gave them the beginning, and what we did, we drilled them on the things they had to do because we only had 50 days to teach him.
How long was the match that you were trying to do?
That was about 30 minutes, wasn't it?
Oh man, that's a long ass match.
Yeah,
it was pretty long.
It was a
match.
you can still go back and look. I think it's still on Crossroads on my Facebook on Crossroads. Just go back down and look, and you'll see Jay Lone Wolf and you'll see the thing, but you can watch the entire thing. But we trained them. They did great. I was real proud of them, what they did.
Cool. Is Bobby Stromboli going to be heel or babyface?
Oh, he's heel. He's purebred heel.
Him and that Stromboli.
I love that.
Oh, dude, he is so funny.
I love that.
He is so funny.
So Crossroads Wrestling.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do benefits, or is Crossroads Wrestling the name of it? Like it would be
that's
AEW.
Yeah, that's the organization's
us.
name.
Okay.
Crossroads Wrestling, and you have partners. You said,
I have partners. I have Chad Martin, Big Daddy Storm, and Tracy Lentz, called the Milkman. Now just got himself a new gimmick. So he's
the Milkman.
Yeah. Me and two heels.
Yeah. So how often does the ring get put together? How often do you guys?
Right now, what we've got the ring set up at an old gym that we made a deal with the guy out there with, and so we got it set up there. We're just training people there right now because the bulk of our guys are working for, like I said, working for Bluff City Wrestling right now.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to pepper in. And again, I'm so busy, I'm hardly ever there. I'm doing this for the guys. I want the guys to be able to do stuff and make some money, have a good time. I'm there when I can be. Because again, I'm 60 years old.
I want a tour.
Man,
please bring me in there.
And I will.
I want to just.
I'll take both of you.
I want to walk on a wrestling
you can.
ring.
I'm the cake eater.
Yeah, you get the cake.
That's your gimmick.
Yep. Yeah, the
babyface cake eater.
Yeah, cake eater and the milkman. That's how I'll put you into the milkman. You can tag up with him. I think we're going. But I think we're usually on Tuesdays. Usually about Tuesdays after 4, we're out there training guys.
Cool.
And I think, and usually like
some
today,
Sundays.
I took some Sundays. That's the reason I just took off the day from that. We usually go out on Sundays and Tuesdays and just go out there. I got 2 guys that we're training now that are doing really good.
Mm-hmm. So we have another match coming up at Hadley's.
Yes.
Right? Do you have the date? Do you have information on that?
I
if there's anything you don't want to talk about.
No. The only thing that I know for right now, because we're getting together this week, try to put together the card. But I think it's going to be right now. We're booked now for October the 29th, which is a Sunday. It'll be start at, I think, bell time at 4:00. That's what's going to be.
You forgot about the part about hiring me as the color commentator.
That's it. But yes, sir, please.
I'm making that announcement now.
Yeah, yes, sir. We'd love to have you because I do believe Bob Stromboli. I think he's going to be one of the announcers, and so is Charlie. Charlie Dunn's going to be the other.
I'm being facetious and throwing out.
No.
But I mentioned it briefly. Actually, the first night I met Bob at a Hadley's gig, within 2 minutes we're talking about flat back bumps.
Oh yeah.
And I said, man, I just want to be involved. I'm saying it to you. I'm saying it publicly. I want to support this and be involved in some way. I just think it would be so much fun because I don't watch wrestling anymore. Like, I don't watch the current stuff, but
I don't either.
I grew up on it.
Yeah.
But then I love, if you looked at my YouTube home feed, it's all wrestling docs and old school stuff and just learning the history and more. I'm fascinated by the business too. Just how it all works and storylines and everything. So I just want to be a part of it if I can.
Well, if you grew up in this area, Lance Russell, Dave Brown, every Saturday morning, it was just every kid was glued to the television.
I grew up in the candy store, WWF, late 80s, Hulk Hogan, Honky Tonk Man, all these super high end like gimmicks. Where down here in the South, it was wrestling.
We did. It
was wrestling down here.
No, I'm like you. I grew up on my first was like Lawler, Jackie Fargo. Even he was still wrestling when I was just a little kid, and all them Superstar Building D and all them cats.
Coco Ware.
Coco Ware.
I know him as the parrot guy. Coco Beware.
Coco Beware
with the parrot.
Yeah.
I wonder if that parrot's still alive.
It could be. If not, he's got to will it to somebody. Remember?
That's right.
It's got all of his money.
Well, Coco Ware is still with us.
Yeah. He is. He definitely is. Me and Kamala were good friends too. And,
really?
I loved him and just miss him. I used to talk to him all the time. We would just call and get on the phone, talk. Me and Brickhouse were really, really close.
Dwayne Johnson made his way through Memphis. Did you ever bump into him?
No, him.
Because he has family in Walls, doesn't he?
Oh yeah. He's got.
He had some guys that did some stuff on his TV show, correct?
Yeah. Oh, he had a bunch of just friends that I know, just wrestling buddies that I know.
What's his show called? Young Rock.
I think it's
Young Rock.
The Young Rock.
Yeah, I think he had some wrestling guys that were extras on that.
Some of the guys I've been in the ring with, that they actually got to be on the show and stuff.
But I had a question: is there going to be live entertainment on this Hadley show again, like there was last time?
It will be.
You incorporated live.
Oh yeah.
After the wrestling, there, I think Bob's band played inside, so it kind of helped keep people there.
I think it's an unplugged show that they've been doing. I'm not sure if they'll still be doing it then or not, but right now I think it's been like Juno. It's been Juno and Bob.
Oh, their acoustic thing they've been doing now.
The acoustic thing they've been doing.
Like it's going well.
Yeah, so that probably will be what's going to go on after us.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So that'll be really fun.
Who do you have like a Mean Gene Okerlund character?
Oh, do we have a? Let's see, not right now.
I mean, you don't have the one that gives the promos, the interviews for promos and stuff. No, we do. We got 4 over there at Bluff City for right now. And I think we've been using him right now, Barry Perkins, which he's on Bluff City and Tiger. But both of them, they do color commentary there, and they just been kind of helping us out, because we really ain't got nobody to do that as far as ours, because we're still really young as far as we're still getting our stuff together. So we just borrow some of the Bluff City guys, I was just fascinated by that.
Yeah,
it's so cool. I can't wait to get my tour, Andy.
Oh yeah. Oh, I will. Let me know.
I bet I know what we're going to use for an intro for this episode.
Yeah.
Something from wrestling.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to find some kind of awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just recently we did Macho Man telling Mean Gene that his mustache is crooked, that whole bit. But I got to find the cream of the crop.
Dude, that was my favorite. My favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. So, or I can go the other direction and put up like just a nonsensical Ultimate Warrior promo.
Oh, yeah.
Coming from the universe and the stars.
Well, I don't want to end on wrestling. I'm sure we
No.
bored a lot of people with that, that aren't wrestling fans. But I know, right?
She's like, could we please go back to music?
I know who stopped listening, and that is my friend Donna Fault,
Yep.
wife of Jimmy Fault. And me and Jimmy drive her nuts.
She may have left the house. For this
Because
one.
me and Jimmy can talk wrestling forever too. And when we do, she's just like, come on.
The last thing I'll tell you, she told me one time, I want to walk you out. I want to walk you out. So I was wrestling.
So you want to be a valet, as they call it.
So
just want to dress hot.
So exactly. So we get ready. We get ready to go
about
out. My music's hitting. Here she is with her phone. And she just walked, and I walked towards the ring, and she just kind of veered off and sat down.
You walk down with has this
being a
valet
heel.
with the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, you're being a heel.
No,
Oh.
I was just, I don't know what I was doing.
I was like, okay, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not doing this
not
again.
my valet.
You're not my valet.
Probably
no.
trying to get selfies. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
You're trying to be his Elizabeth.
Yeah.
You know who
Maybe.
that is?
Miss
Miss Elizabeth,
Miss
yes.
Elizabeth.
yes.
So yeah, so
I
you're
do.
educated.
I know some stuff. I just don't watch it. No.
You've been forced to learn about it.
Or
Right?
who was the one
Kind
for
of.
Ultimate Warrior? Sherry?
No,
that was,
Macho Man ended up having Sherry too.
yeah,
Ultimate
gotcha.
Warrior, he didn't need one.
No, he
He
didn't.
didn't need one.
God bless him, he didn't.
But Scary Sherry, right? Well, she was all kinds of different.
Awesome.
She was awesome.
She was she was a beast.
Yeah,
she was awesome.
the best, and she can go in there and take some bumps too.
Yeah, she can. She was cool.
Yeah, I need to start a wrestling podcast.
Yeah,
You do, really. That's the next one. As soon as we get this one sponsored, that's the next one.
Yeah, let's do the other one.
But look, man, it's so awesome having you guys in here. Finally, you guys ghosted us since November.
I know it was my fault. I feel bad.
No, it's great. I'm glad it all worked out. Because I absolutely wanted you guys a part of this, and it's been cool getting to know you all and listening to you. Thank you for letting me sit in when you do.
Anytime, brother.
Anytime.
You guys come sit in sometimes too,
Absolutely.
brother. Come sit in.
I'm all about it.
Yeah, but
We'll do it.
you are the coolest bass player in town. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Who?
I'll kill her.
Who is she?
Yeah,
Who
I'm
is she?
talking to Jeff. Well, as always, Al, thanks for being here with us and hanging out. And, I hope you enjoyed all that wrestling talk.
Yeah.
I know I did.
And if you didn't, we're sorry.
Yeah.
RhythmSectionPod.com. Check out our website, archives, all our episode, everything you need there is one-stop shop now. Plus a sponsor form, right? So we're looking for businesses that want to step up and help support this by advertising, getting real reach, but also helping support these people, these beautiful people with us and all these other great musicians and venues that make up this community. Right, Jeff?
Absolutely. And check out our merch, 131 West Commerce. We've got T-shirts, mugs, hats, everything.
Free stickers.
Cool.
The rhythmsectionpod.com. Got a great new website. And look, get out and see a band. Support these musicians because they can't do what they do without you guys.
Check out Roxi Love, all the other bands. Find a new band.
Yep.
Go to a new venue you've never been to. Just do it.
Yep.
And then bring your friends if you like it. Just support. And me and Jeff had a lot of fun. Feeling our age, going out trying to keep up with you guys, maniacs that play 4 nights a week, and then play church Sunday morning and all that. Man, it's just like
and work full-time jobs.
Yeah,
and all
I
that.
know.
Jesus.
But thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for
brother.
doing what you do, and you guys do it full time. You guys are really in the trenches, working your ass off, and it's paying off. And
Andy, Lone Wolf,
That's it.
McCullough,
Yeah.
and Tracy.
Tracy needs a gimmick name. What would that
Roxy, baby.
There it is. Tracy, Roxy, baby, McCullough.
be? All right, y'all. Thanks everybody for hanging out.
See ya.
Talk to you next time.
Thank y'all.